This is the worst thing you can do if you want your strawberries to last longer. Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm a food scientist. We love to eat strawberries, but they have a reputation for going bad very quickly. But it doesn't have to be that way. Today we're going to talk about how to store strawberries so that they last for up to 7 days in the refrigerator. And I'll also share a bonus tip to help revive wilted strawberries so that they become crispy again, to make sure that your strawberries stay fresh and delicious. There are 3 things that you'll never want to do, and the first is something that many of us have probably done, because it seems like the easiest option, but it ends up ruining our strawberries much faster, and that is leaving your strawberries in their original clamshell container. If you've ever purchased strawberries at the grocery store, then you know what I'm talking about. Those little plastic containers that hold 6 little strawberry hearts that seem to break our hearts by going bad so quickly. Those types of containers seem convenient, but it's actually one of the worst things that you can do for your strawberries. The reason why these types of containers are so bad for strawberries has to do with the fact that they remade out of plastic. When you look closely at these plastic containers, you can see that there are hundreds of tiny holes. These holes allow air to pass through the plastic. This type of packaging was likely designed so that you could see the strawberries inside without having to open the container, but those little holes end up causing big problems for your strawberries. When the holes allow air to move through the plastic container, the water inside of the strawberries can escape. The water evaporates from the surface of the berries and gets trapped inside the container. Since there's nowhere else for the water to go, it ends up creating a moist environment inside of the plastic container. This high humidity environment causes the strawberries to get soggy and moldy within just a few days. So instead of getting up to a week of fresh strawberries, you end up with moldy strawberries in a few days. So what should you do instead? Well, thankfully, the solution is very easy. Simply remove your strawberries from their plastic container as soon as you get home and place them in a more breathable container. A shallow-walled container works well for this, like this glass container here. If you don't have a container with a lid, it's fine. Just make sure that you line the bottom of the container with a couple of layers of a dry paper towel. The paper towel will absorb any moisture that evaporates off of the strawberries, and it will help maintain a low humidity environment. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, you can wash your paper towel as needed if it gets dirty. The second thing that you all never want to do if you want your strawberries to last longer is washing them before you store them. While it may seem like the logical step to take after you bring your strawberries home from the grocery store, washing them before you plan to store them actually introduces unnecessary moisture onto the berries. And that moisture can cause your strawberries to go bad faster. Water droplets sit on the surface of the strawberries, which provides the perfect opportunity for mold spores to land and grow. Mold spores are everywhere, so it's almost inevitable that some will eventually land on your strawberries. But if there isn't any moisture on the berries for the mold to grow on, then the mold won't be able to take root and your strawberries will last longer. Now, you may be wondering if I shouldn't wash them before storing them. When should I wash them? The answer is simple. Only wash your strawberries right before you plan to eat them. Give them a quick rinse under some water, pat them dry with a clean paper towel, and then enjoy your delicious and fresh berries. The third thing that you'll never want to do if you want your strawberries to last longer is store them near heat or sunlight. To store your strawberries for the longest amount of time possible, you want to keep them in the coldest part of your refrigerator. Most refrigerators have a crisper drawer where the temperature ranges between 32 and 36 degrees Fahrenheit, or 0 to 2 degrees Celsius. That range of temperatures helps slow down the growth of mold and the ripening of the strawberries, which allows them to stay fresh and firm for longer. On the other hand, storing your strawberries anywhere else in the refrigerator or outside of the refrigerator entirely will cause them to ripen too quickly, which makes them oversoft and mushy. That includes the vegetable crisper, which is usually set at a slightly higher temperature than the main crisper drawer. If you don't have a crisper drawer in your refrigerator, then the next best place to store your strawberries would be in a plastic bag or container in the back of the refrigerator. Just make sure that the bag or container is breathable, like a plastic bag with holes poked in it. Avoid storing your strawberries near the back of the refrigerator where the temperature fluctuates the most. Placing your strawberries near the back of the door or next to a warmer appliance like your oven could raise the temperature of the strawberries. It could even happen if you store your strawberries in a warmer part of the refrigerator when you open the door to grab items. The cold air inside of the refrigerator rises as the door opens, which means that the air temperature around your strawberries could increase temporarily. Now that you know how to store your strawberries, you'll be able to enjoy them for up to a week. Here are some of my favorite ways to enjoy fresh strawberries. They're delicious on top of oatmeal or cereal, in smoothies or milkshakes. Or my favorite, blend it into a strawberry puree with some sugar and lemon juice. My kids love it when I make strawberry sandwiches with the fresh berries and a little bit of whipped cream. But what happens if you forget to store your strawberries properly and they start to wilt and get soft? Well, I have a bonus tip for you. If your strawberries get wilted or mushy, don't throw them out. There's an easy trick that you can use to save them. Just submerge your wilted strawberries in ice water for 5 minutes. After the 5 minutes are up, remove your strawberries from the ice water. Let them drain, and then you can enjoy them as a delicious snack or smoothie ingredient. The ice water helps extract water from the strawberries, which firms them up and makes them crispy again. Alright, now that you know everything there is to know about how to store strawberries, I hope that you'll give this advice a try. Let me know how it works for you in the comments below. Love to hear from you. Also, don't forget to share this video with a friend who loves strawberries. And I'll see you next time with some more food science. Bye for now.